It looks like any other garrison barracks, but there's something unusual about Cambrai Lines in Catterick. As well as housing the Royal Lancers, it's also home to some inhabitants with a few more legs.
Once a lonely caterpillar sat and cried.
We've got large numbers of different dragonfly and damselfly larvae, so we've got blue damselflies, red damselflies, we've got hawkers and chasers, which are these kind of like stubby-bodied things. But not just the variety, but the fact they're in very, very large numbers. I mean, there are hundreds of them here just from a couple of sweeps. So it really is pretty staggering.
The area known as Foxglove Covert lies at the heart of the North Super Garrison. It was developed into a conservation area with help from the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards after they returned from the Gulf War, and in 2001 it became the first local nature reserve on MOD land. The reserve boasts over 100 acres of land with 14 different habitat types. There's 2,500 recorded species, ranging from buzzards to tiny invertebrates. The impressive education centre hosts regular school field trips, and the reserve is kept in ship-shape condition by an army of over 100 volunteers. Are you a regular volunteer?
Yes, I am. I've been coming since about February.
Do you enjoy it?
Very much so. Look forward to it every week.
Why do you do it?
Oh, it's a feeling of doing something that's, well, helping the local environment for one thing. But just as good to be outdoors, and it's good to socialise with all the people.
Just now, the volunteers have their work cut out, getting the reserve ready to host the 2015 Festival of Nature. This will see the area come to life with Minibeast safaris, pond dipping and talks from botanical artists, dry stone wallers and beekeepers, not to mention experts in everything from butterflies to fungi.
We hope that people will come and enjoy the reserve, spread the good word of Foxglove and help encourage more people in, but also engage with the local wildlife and see what's on offer on their doorstep.
What's it like being a nature reserve based in the heart of a garrison?
It actually has its benefits, the reserve being behind the wire. A lot of nature reserves suffer from vandalism and have a lot of problems with things like that. Being behind the wire, we don't have any trouble with that. We're quite lucky in that respect. And it also makes our visitors feel very safe as well. A lot of them are older women who come and walk with their dogs, things like that. And it means they feel safe. They know they can come and walk around here and not have to worry about being accosted by anyone or things like that, like they would in a city park or something.
Back at the ponds, ecologist Martin introduces me to some of the more vicious inhabitants.
Are anything particularly nasty? Well, there are some that could give you a bite. Certainly these beasts here, they don't have jaws as such, the predatory water bugs. So if they get hold of your finger, what they'll do is that they've got a long pointed tube, and they'll inject one chemical to paralyse you, and another chemical that's a mixture of enzymes so that it can suck its food up through its tube. So they'll inject just the same stuff into your finger.
Sounds terrifying.
Well, yeah.
He sounded rather blasé about the blood-sucking bugs, and that was before he got onto something called a water tiger.
That's a fairly young one. That's still got a long way to grow, but it's got really kind of like vicious sickle-shaped jaws on it. And these will take small fish and so on. They're pretty, yeah.
The festival runs throughout this weekend. My advice to visitors would be to steer well clear of the water tigers and prepare to take on a few rather insistent flies. Hannah King, Forces News in Catterick.